Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Keeping Up with the Castle, your news show and discussion on everything Walt Disney World. We have a whole bunch of news for you guys in store this week, so I'm going to go ahead and give you the topics right away. First up, we have the early 2021 resort discounts at Walt Disney World. We have that the Disney Swan and Dolphin has changed up their bus service. We're going to go over the Epcot Festival announcements through the beginning of 2021. We're going to talk about how Disney will take over all operations of the Morocco Pavilion at Epcot's World Showcase. Breaking news about Disney California Adventure opening their gates for shopping and dining this holiday season. And last but not least, we're going to talk and show the brand new concept art Disney released recently about the new entrance signs at Walt Disney World. So all that and more up next. Welcome back to the show, everybody. My name is Colin. I will be your host, and join with me every single episode, my co-host, Brendan. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Very good. Glad to be back and recording. We've had quite a bit going on, so we have missed some news episodes, so we are sorry about that. Plan to be fully back on schedule. I got my new webcam, so hopefully I look a little bit more clear than I have in the Brendan's camera was always a little better than mine on his laptop, and mine was not so much. So I'm excited about this. But that being said, as I mentioned, we do have a whole bunch of news. So this is episode 63. Brendan, if you want to dive in, though, go ahead. If you have something to say, go ahead. It's all yours.
No, almost happy Halloween. We're just a few days away.
Yeah, happy Halloween, everybody.
So first up is early 2021 resort discounts have been released at Walt Disney World. So saving up to 35% on rooms at select Disney resort hotels for most nights January 3rd through April 17th, 2021. And then you can book those through March 15th, 2021. Annual pass holders can save up to 40% on rooms at select Walt Disney resorts January 3rd through April 17, 2021, booked through April 17, 2021. Then lastly, we have Florida residents can save up to 35% on rooms January 3rd through April 17th, 2021, booked through April 17th, 2021. So these are great discounts.
Great deals.
We have not seen a non-Florida resident or not annual pass holder get up to 35% in a very long time.
Yeah,
I can't remember the last time.
30, and that's only if you're in deluxe. So they gave that extra 5%, which can help. Again, that makes the deluxe and the moderate tier. I'm going to scoot up an extra 5% each. So every penny counts in Disney. So this is good news to try to get people back into the parks.
And then same with the annual pass holders, 40%. I think it usually goes to 35. I think there's about a 5% boost in every category, 5 to 10. So this is just great all around. Trying to get people back in the parks, like Colin said, but can't be more excited for this. I know Colin already booked a trip over there.
I did.
That's why he's smiling so much.
I've booked a few. Yeah, I actually just literally booked a trip for 2 weeks from now on the kind of fall holiday 40% pass holder discount to the Grand Destino Tower. So I'm very excited about that. But look forward to these discount guys. And the sooner you look at the discounts, the more spots are available at each resort. So the better chance you have of getting where you want. So go ahead and look right into it right away on obviously DisneyWorld.com. First up for my news topic is going to be the Disney Swan and Dolphin bus switch. So this is doesn't seem to a lot of people, but if you are staying there, if you have plans to stay there, if it's a place you love to stay in the past, it's a pretty big deal.
If you're a Marriott like point holder.
Because it's a great place, amazing location. It's literally right on top of Epcot's back. But here's the news about it. So the Swan and Dolphin will no longer use bus transportation systems to and from the parks. The Swan and Dolphin will now use the Mears charter shuttle buses, the yellow and black ones that you might have seen in the past, and you will now be dropped off at the other charter bus drop-offs and not the Disney bus stations at the park. So in Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom, what that means is you're maybe just a couple hundred yards or feet back. So it's not that bad, but where this gets really kind of fishy is the Magic Kingdom. So this is where you're really gonna, feel that burn here. So Disney buses at the Magic Kingdom. You skip the transportation and ticket center. You go straight up to the pearly gates, and you're just a couple, 100, 200 feet away from scanning your band or your ticket and entering the park. The mere charter buses are going to drop you off at the ticket and transportation center, so you still will have to walk from there to the monorail or the ferry, and then take one of those transportation systems to the actual Magic Kingdom. So it totally, it loses you anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes, depending on how busy it is. Some days 60 minutes if you're going like a weekend or holiday morning. So it's a big deal.
That was a big change. Swan and Dolphin's very nice resort.
Yeah. Great.
And that was a big bonus. You could use your Marriott points, or you could book it so many different ways. And now that's just one park that's gone from. It still has great benefits, being close to Epcot. You're close to Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right on the boardwalk and everything, but
we definitely think that this is part of the savings for Marriott. They've probably taken a hit with people not traveling as much, and Disney transportations definitely cost more than Mears.
I agree 100%. And I just want to say one last thing. It's like, me and Brendan do stay at Disney Springs hotels and stuff a lot too. And you don't get really any of the good transportation there. So it still has its benefits. It's still an incredible resort with an incredible location. But that takes it away from those other moderate or deluxe resort levels that now just kind of take the cake. So anyways, rough news, but it's all good. On to the next one, Brendan.
Yep. So the Epcot Festivals, there's a little couple news snippets. So Disney has announced that the 2020 Epcot International Food and Wine Festival will end November 22nd. The 2020 Epcot Festival of the Holidays will start November 27th and will run until December 26th. Then the 2021 Epcot International Festival of the Arts will take place from January 8th through February 22nd, 2021. These dates are pretty spot on with every year. I think the Food and Wine Festival has gone a little bit longer. Yeah. And then they pushed back the Festival of the Holidays a little bit. And I think there's usually a 2-week gap, but at least we're getting festivals. At least we're in the parks. Can't
Absolutely.
complain.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes I'm like, the festivals take away, but at this point, I love the festivals. Give me all the festivals you can bring me. And I agree with the dates. It's pretty standard. Food and Wine was longer. Holiday festivals, I think, a week or two shorter on the beginning. Art festival sounds pretty standard. So it's usually always the shortest festival and starts around that same date. I'm very excited for these. The holiday festival I love. Just the holiday in the parks already is the best. Getting the holiday spirit. But the art festival, man, the weather in January and February in Orlando, it can't be beat. I'm glad they made that announcement. It'll be different. We'll still have all the really cool artwork, the 15 food booths. However, we're not going to have, the paint by numbers or a lot of the touch points like we used to have. But I'm excited. Great news for sure. Some good news after some not so good news, I guess, from the buses. But anyways, next on the news is going to be that Disney is going to take over all of the operations at the Morocco Pavilion by the end of 2020 in Epcot. So according to a statement issued to the Disney food blog, Disney will take over all operations of the Morocco Pavilion from the existing operating participant. Marrakesh Restaurant Group of the Morocco Pavilion stated, after many years of working together, we have mutually agreed to begin the process of transitioning operations of the Morocco Pavilion to Disney. By the end of 2020, Disney will assume all operations of this important part of Epcot, and under Disney's operation, the pavilion will continue to honor the rich traditions and legacy it has since the pavilion has opened. So this is pretty big news. We've seen in the past few months, and we've mentioned on some past news episodes, that Morocco, specifically the actual Marrakesh Restaurant Group that owns and operates all the stuff in Morocco, the shops and retail, has been in quite a bit of debt and a little bit of trouble with the Walt Disney Company. So, to not make matters worse, they just kind of came to an agreement, and they're still going to kind of work there in a way, but Disney's going to run all the operations. Disney's going to take over essentially the bankroll. And we'll see how much changes. We'll see how much stays the same.
Yeah, that was one thing I'm worried about, is how much change there's going to be.
Right.
With Disney running it, it's definitely, you don't know if you're going to get the same bar or if they're even going to get rid of it, because that bar at Morocco was definitely something that Disney doesn't really do in Epcot,
I think
especially
they
those
would keep it,
cups.
but the price would go up, and they'll get rid of the good cups.
Yeah, and they'll give us some plastic cups where the bottom will start ripping halfway through the drink. So
Paper, yeah, because at Morocco, for those of you that don't know, they have like well, after a while in Orlando Heat, it can happen, but for the most part, they have like the sweat-proof, like matte cups, satin type cups, awesome cups. So that's great. Disney will get rid of those for sure, because I'm sure they cost more. And then I love just the culture, the cast members there. There's some specific ones I know by name. I love to see them. They make part of the experience. And yeah, I'm sure they'll keep the bar even if they change everything. But just to be honest, you can get like a double cocktail there for $12 or $13 right now. When Disney owns it, it'll be 17 to 20.
yeah,
And that's just to be extreme. Obviously, I want to just mention the
yeah,
double, but
that.
it's just
And I want to mention, I wonder what is going to happen with the quick service in the restaurant Marrakesh. Is the food quality going to stay the same? Is it going to go down, up? That's something that could take into
yeah.
place because Disney got to switch, definitely
Absolutely.
switch.
Where are they going to be getting the ingredients from now versus current? We'll have to wait and see. Only time can tell. I really hope they just kind of taken over the kind of financial operations, management, and I hope they kind of stick to the same game because I think they were doing a great job. It's just COVID was tough. This was the only pavilion not owned and operated by Disney or a company like the Patina Group, an American-based company that's quite large and has a lot of money, lots of restaurants. So it was just a very tough thing for them to do. They couldn't hang on. But all that being said, I optimistically hope that it stays very similar and Disney keeps the traditions going because I love the Morocco Pavilion. So fingers crossed.
Yeah. Next is the Disney California Adventures open gates for shopping and dining this holiday season. That's super good news for me because I'll be just about an hour and a half away from this in a couple months. So Disney has announced that they will be opening a portion of Disney California Adventures to shoppers and diners this holiday. Beginning November, downtown Disney will be extended into Disney's California Adventure Park and all the way to Buena Vista Street. Some notable openings due to this expansions are Trolley Treats, Carthay Circle Lounge, Smoke Jumpers Grill, and some retail locations. This is great news. If you haven't been over to Disneyland or downtown Disney before, think about maybe half or maybe even a quarter of Disney Springs. It's definitely a lot smaller. So this expansion into the park,
Right.
just down to it's like kind of right where imagine Main Street where it kind of opens up and starts having it. And if you haven't been there, that's where it kind of stops, where all the rides start happening. This is going to be awesome. Spread out some of those crowds too. Couple more
Yeah.
dining locations and more retail. Honestly, this is fantastic
Good
news.
news.
And for
Anything little at all that's positive coming from the West Coast Park right now, we love and appreciate. So, like Brendan mentioned, he'll be there eventually, so that's good. But we're not going to go into detail. But with all the opening procedures and rules and guidelines that California recently came out with, it's kind of put Disney in a bind to ever open the theme parks. So I'm very happy they were able to kind of swiftly tiptoe around the guidelines and partially open DCA again to make more space. Again, not only is it safer, there's more foot traffic, maybe more space between people, more businesses can be back open. I think they said they didn't give an exact number in the article, but it was over 200 employees of Disney got their jobs back because of this expansion. So I know that's not the 28,000 that were laid off, but again, we want to take it anywhere we can. We're more than happy to see these cast members get back to work. So great news.
Step by step.
Love
That's
that.
all that we can ask for over there.
Yeah, absolutely. So we just need a few more. We just need to do a few inches every couple of days or weeks, and maybe we'll get to the very back of DCA and Disneyland. So, anyways, on to the next and final news topic. I don't want to say best for last, but we generally speak only on, for the most part, on this Walt Disney World, and there's some big stuff at Walt Disney World. So all of the actual entrance signs are going to be getting a makeover for the 50th anniversary. You guys are going to be seeing the concept art right about now. But that being said, the concept art has now been released for the reimagined Walt Disney World entrances, which will mark the removal. I'm sorry, it will remove the Cinderella Castle cloud that has been on there for a while, and also the "Where Dreams Come True" tagline, which was added for the Year of a Million Dreams in 2006. So sorry I stuttered so much there, guys, but the castle with the clouds in the top center and then the bottom banner will be removed. As well as the whole original color scheme, all the multicolor, the purple background behind the characters. So the red lettered logo will now be replaced with bright white letters. The multicolored flags will be changed to the iridescent rose gold flags that will match the new look of the iconic Cinderella Castle. And then also to mimic the new castle, the newly updated Magic Kingdom entrance color scheme, the main colors of the new entrance signs will be blue, gold, gray, and iridescent. So the "Where Dreams Come True" tagline that will be removed will be replaced with the most magical place on Earth timeline on a gold banner. So I think this is really cool. I think the fact that it's uniform and matches everything is great. I love the classic iconic sign that's been there since '06. But you're seeing it get weathered down, and you're seeing it just get
it looks like it's starting to get dull.
Yeah, and it does look outdated. Just the color scheme and everything. It does look
I
2000s.
Like it.
I love it.
I personally really love it. Yeah, I love it. I like how it kind of pops at you, and it's kind of the same color scheme as the sky when you're driving up, that Florida sky. I was talking to Sarah about this. Mm-hmm. She was actually not excited about this. I was very surprised because I was like, it's brand new paint. Like, what could be bad? She wasn't very excited.
I think it's going to look sharp.
I guess it was because she remembers going when we went back a couple of years ago, kind of for the first time since she was very, very little. This is what I remember. It's too nostalgic, and I think she loves nostalgic.
Yeah, it's been there for 14, almost 15 years. But they haven't announced when they're going to do it, but it'll be in that 14, 15-year mark that sign has been there. So that's what most of us remember and are accustomed to. But it's going to be the same structure, just different color scheme. Mickey and Minnie will still be there. I like how this kind of tagline at the bottom is going to change, because what it said currently is what every single Disney park says. The fact that Disney World is now going to have its own unique tagline that says the most magical place on Earth, I think that's awesome. Yes. I like it. The fact that it's uniform, it's just all so clean and sharp and uniform. I like it a lot. I love the one that it has now. Don't get me wrong, like I said, but to me, this is great. It's going to look so modern and clean. But that being said, there are actually 5 of these signs, technically 4.5. So there's what everyone has their main sign that they would consider the main, but they're all the same arches and everything. There is one at World Drive, World Center Drive, Western Way, Osceola Parkway, and then the Hotel Plaza Boulevard to the Disney Springs hotels. That one doesn't have the arches, just the 2 outside portions with Mickey and Minnie. But you got 4.5 signs to change. They're going to have to close down roads for this. So I don't know how soon they're going to do this, but I'd rather they just go ahead and jump on it and get it over with. There's so much we have to do by the 50th. Get just this paint job out of the way, whatever it may be, and let's get these attractions built.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. So it's just like the castle. I thought it was beautiful when I first saw the concept art, but I still was so I couldn't make up my mind on what I would think. When we went, Brennan, that first time, and this was right after COVID and the parks were empty, we were just right in front of the park, no one there to experience it and take it in, and it was magnificent. It was beautiful. So I'm hoping that I get the same reaction when we see these finished entrance signs. So that is it for the news, guys. So lots of news, like I mentioned. I'm glad we could bring it to you. If you're still listening at this point, we appreciate that so much. If you can, please smash that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video. If you have not already, please hit the subscribe button. And if you would like to know when everything is posting, right when it posts, all the notifications, please hit the bell icon as well. You'll get updates whenever things are about to be posted or when they are posted. So all that being said, that is it for this week's news episode from Keeping Up the Castle. Thank you guys so much, and take care.
Have a good one.